cruising and he's laughing and he's wondering everybody and the happiness and the sunshine, and it's really the loss.
Just such a difficult game, Yasser.
Right.
One day you're enjoying your moment, next day you don't feel the same at all, and you can be absolutely depressed.
Exactly.
Or I wonder, yes, how is Levon today, and what is his plan? He plays with black pieces against Esipenko, and definitely. It seemed that draws is not like playing for a draw. It's not the best approach.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a big fight.
No question about it, but in a kind of a strange way, Andrey's in the same, let's say, emotional doghouse, in the sense that Andrey yesterday lost to Gukesh with the white pieces in a way that Gukesh was giving a chess lesson, a master class, and Andrey must have felt like, my God, the guy didn't make a mistake.
The good thing about Andrey actually that yesterday he came to this VIP area, he enjoyed the match, we played some backhouse chess, and I think he was in a good mood, let's say. So I think he recovered already. And the other thing is like I think he's the last one, right?
Yes,
by rating. And there are not so big expectations right now. And I don't know, sometimes it feels easier to play with no pressure. So Levon definitely has all this pressure on his shoulders right now. He still kind of has to even prove to himself that yesterday was some kind of
aberration,
unpleasant situation, but he can recover and he can still try to show his best. He still has chances to win the tournament.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So d5, g3, we have again a Catalan, and as Gukesh was explaining to me that in his preparation for Andrey, he really found that Andrey was really keeping to his openings. He wasn't deviating, so that he found it easy to prepare as he expected a Catalan, and I'm sure Levon did as well. Levon, in this case, plays the open Catalan, d5 takes c4, and c5, a more forcing approach than the closed Catalan castles, knight c6, knight e5, all very, very standard. Bishop to d7, knight takes c4, and I believe it was Michael Tal who was the first one to introduce this very strange pawn sacrifice as white, and I certainly could be wrong. I mean, he had a lot of helpers around him, did Misha, and perhaps they should be the ones getting the credit for it. I don't know. And I also remember Deep Blue. It was Deep Blue and Gary Kasparov.
What is the main idea of the sacrifice, Yasser? Like to get this d6 square, right?
To gain the two bishops, as we see here, and essentially, if I can ever pick up this pawn, if I can just go knight, you be very quiet over there. Don't disturb me in any way. But if you allow me to play knight to d.
Yes, that's why actually I was not even sure. I was thinking that if you trade one rook, maybe it's easier to attack the a7 pawn
For
actually.
example.
But what you say actually makes also perfectly sense, because there are a lot of circumstances where, let's say, bishop and knight against rook could backfire, especially if there's an A or an H pawn involved, right?
There is, as always, whenever we have these guidelines, there are exceptions to the rules. A big exception is where there's two bishops. So right now we have a bishop and knight, and then the idea that white should preserve the rooks is absolutely true. When you're in a situation where you have just two vacant bishops versus a rook, it's oftentimes that the bishops need no help. They just like... And sometimes the king can actually be a very powerful piece as well. So that's a difference. And by the way, we have a very nice view there of the clock. It 3.5, well, almost 4 minutes for Andrey, but the truth of the matter is they're on move 36. So he should not be feeling the heat from a ticking clock. So for example, if I was Andrey in this position, after rook here, I would be playing here, 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 with the idea eventually kicking the rooks away.
With bishop c1, for example, but of course in a more like coordinated style.
And yes, exactly, in a coordinated style, as you say. And I'm dreaming this knight should be back home. Yeah.
F4 or even C4 would also be, I think, 5,
C4.
but it should be anchored. I agree with you.
Bingo. That's the key thing. It should be anchored, and then the bishop should be playing a role on the G1 diagonal. And once Andrey gets his pieces in proper working order, I would put it like that, he should be winning the game